Welcome to Beer Splaining. I am Beer Snob Esquire.
I'm Hobby Hippo.
And today, on this episode, we're going to talk about Santa's Brass, the 2017 edition of the barley wine from Drake's in San Leandro. If you've watched some of our previous episodes, we've had the 2019 and 18 versions and enjoyed them very much.
Yeah, they're really good. Everyone is very different too, which is nice. Like based on what they aged them in. For sure, it's gotten better though as we went. The 20 was the worst of the batch. I mean, it wasn't bad. It just was the least flavorful, I think, of these four.
Yeah, and this one is also aged in bourbon and port barrels. And the tasting notes on this one say chocolate, caramel, and bourbon spice. I'm not sure what bourbon spice is, but you know.
I don't know. I'm hoping some chocolate and some caramel comes through. I don't recall that being on one of the notes of the other ones. The other ones were way more
I don't either.
Bourbony and whiskey. If I get some chocolate and some caramel, I will be really, really happy with this beer, I think.
Well, and as we let it sit, too, the port flavor started to really come out, which I enjoyed a lot. So I think we're going to plan to do the same thing today, where we take a little bit, drink some, and then come back later and check in on how it is.
No, so hopefully edit that in the same video, so you'll be able to see both us drinking it cold and drinking us at room temperature. So that's the plan. It's hopefully very, very enjoyable.
For you?
Yeah, so we are just starting because we were watching football. Turns out it's the playoffs, and the game was actually pretty good, even though Cleveland can't catch a fucking ball the first half.
Cleveland can't catch the football for some reason. But, it looks like they're doing better in the second half, so we'll see. Plus, if Mahomes is out.
Mahomes is out. That changes an
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, for those of you watching this like in the future. Spoiler alert. These are the results from Sunday's game. All right. So, Santa's Brass 2017 from Drake's.
Ooh, the smell.
It is fragrant.
Yes, and it's got, this I think has probably the biggest bourbon aroma.
Definitely bourbon. That's what I was thinking. I was saying lots of bourbon.
But I still get some of the cherries in it too, or port. I think this smells, wow.
Oh, you bought some Gilman?
Great. Yes, we did.
We did. We bought some Gilman yesterday. What? We saved one for you. It's fine.
I was like, you didn't even tell me that.
We bought one 4-pack of
Wow.
We're gonna review these as well in a future show. We have one 4-pack of this IPA here, and then we bought one of this Belgian Golden Sour to do on today's show.
Cucumber.
Yeah, to do today. Belgian Golden Cucumber. Whatever.
Cucumber sour.
You may have one of the others.
that's
And Shane can take one home. It's totally fine.
I can. Yeah.
All right. So smells good.
Smells good.
Cheers. Let's taste it.
Oh, cheers.
We should tap. We should tap our first beer.
We should. I already drank mine though, but because I couldn't. I have no patience. This is.
Okay, the flavor on this, the back end, like the secondary flavor, I actually get the cherry that you're talking about. Like I wasn't smelling the cherry, like personally. But
The other thing it's probably the most smooth out of all of the ones that we've had. I do think it's
14.
right at the end. This is 2017. This is right at the end of its shelf life, though. I think because I think some of the complexities that were in the 18 are a little bit lost here. Maybe warming up will help it out. It is a lot flat, yeah. So I'm a little worried that maybe it's been sitting too long. But
we only got it like a month ago, though.
Right, but it was.
I mean, they sold it to us.
Batched in 2017.
Yeah. We're drinking this one effectively fresh, like from the brewery.
Yes, we bought it from the brewery, but it was bottled in 2017. So.
But yeah, the cherry definitely comes through on the flavor. The bourbon flavor's there. Let me try this again. I feel like I was getting like really slight hints of the chocolate and the caramel.
Mm-hmm. I get a little caramel, but I do. I think this one is probably going to benefit more than all of them from warming up a little bit.
Yeah, the bourbon and the cherry definitely come through, I think, the most on this, which is really, really nice, I think.
In all, though, I would say, I think, and maybe I'll save the overall for when it warms up. First impression, I think the 2018 was the best one.
The last week's, right?
Yes, last week's.
I think that's probably true. We both really enjoyed last week's.
It had a better head. This one's got literally no carbonation.
This one really, I mean, you can see like a smidge.
There was even no pop on the cork.
It's flat.
So
maybe
it's a little on the flat
cork
side.
leaked or something, I don't know.
I don't think so, but, that's my only complaint about it. But I'm hoping as it warms that the complexity that was in the 2018 comes out a little more.
It needs the carbonation, I think. I think if it had a little carbonation, I really think that it would be like
certainly help.
Like, I don't want to call it not an enjoyable drink, but like I think it would be way more enjoyable if it had the carbonation. Like flat beer's just not particularly good. Like it doesn't have that effect on your mouth that those bubbles
Mouthfeel is important.
really
Yes,
matter.
I agree. Mouthfeel is important.
So that ends up taking us down a smidge.
I agree.
For sure. It might be among my least favorite just because it's flat though. I think flavor-wise, I think it's there. Just mouth feels wrong.
That's what I'm saying. Last week's was definitely better, and I think you're probably right that even the 2020, which we didn't enjoy as much, is not as good as was better than this one. Nope.
You gonna hang out with us? Oh.
Oh.
We're gonna hang out with them later.
Are they coming over?
No, we're going over there.
Oh, all right.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that. That's good news.
Chili and cornbread, apparently.
Oh,
All right,
You didn't know
great.
you were making dinner for us, huh?
I knew I was making something. So
Well, we didn't eat lunch, so it works. I had 2 blueberry muffins. They're good.
I had mac and cheese. Good old Kraft.
So yeah, I
I
think
know.
it's good. I definitely think to sort of wrap up this particular section here. I think it's good. The flatness isn't working for me.
No.
The flavor is there. It's I really do think it's the most flavorful. It's just something about it isn't working for me. Like I would
No.
not want to go back to this one for
No.
lack of a better sort of way to put it.
I agree with you.
Certainly last week's steak was probably the one I'd most like
Yep.
to go back to.
I would get another one of those if I could get my hands on one. Yeah.
I mean, the
and at
real-
14.5%, I will say that.
The
We did
alcohol's
mention
smooth
that.
on this.
It's very smooth. The alcohol is not as alcohol forward as you would think at 14.5. But I think that's been a signature of all 4 of the versions.
That's
was
true.
the alcohol didn't really overpower everything. They
think-
balanced things well.
I think a good bourbon aged imperial stout or barley wine that we've had, the good ones, it always feels like the
It's into it.
like
Yeah.
the alcohol's masked a little bit, which I think is really, really nice. It's not like drinking a triple. Like when you drink a triple IPA, like there's no masking of the alcohol. It's just
No.
like fucking burn.
No, yeah, it's all about the alcohol. You are right. So
So the barrel aging, I think, tears it down a little bit.
I agree.
think,
I agree.
So. That's good. All right, well, I think we're gonna wrap this one up. We're gonna pour ourselves a couple of extra glasses, and we're just can we leave in the bottle? Or should we pour?
I'm gonna leave it in the bottle.
We'll leave in the bottle. We're gonna pour the second half on this, and you'll catch that. You'll catch that after the fade out. So
After the
give us
fade out.
a couple minutes, and you guys will see that.
See you then.
Cheers.
And we're back on Beer Splaining with our 2017 Santa's Brass from Drake's. As we discussed earlier in this episode, we were going to let it sit for a while, warm up. The barley wines tend to taste a lot better when they get closer to room temperature, not fully room temperature, but certainly not your 40 degrees. So we've let it warm up a little bit, and we're hoping for some different flavors.
We probably let it sit for about 30 or so minutes. We definitely let it sit long enough for us to drink 3 pints between us.
Mhm.
You
Not
can
each.
you
Not
can see-
each.
between us, yeah.
Between us.
Yeah, we started the show, we used to do pints each, but now we split them because we're responsible adults.
You should have air quoted that.
It's true.
Responsible
It's
adults.
true. So it is a little warmer now. So what we're going to do here is
Yes.
we're going to go another sniff. We're going to go another taste. We're going to see if we think it has improved over the way it tasted about 30 minutes ago.
And it should.
Last week it definitely did.
Oh,
This
absolutely.
week I'm just a little worried about the flatness.
Yeah,
Just a
I
little
can't.
worried,
I can't
so.
disagree with that, frankly.
Let's give it a smell. Smells still pretty much the same.
Yeah,
It
I
might
get
have
it.
actually lost some smell, I think.
Yeah, it's not a whole lot more. I'm actually getting more bourbon than I am. Last time,
The cherry doesn't have as much
Yeah,
to the smell,
exactly.
for sure. I mean,
So-
I didn't get a lot the first time, but like I don't get it like at all now. So.
no, it's pretty much all bourbon now. So,
All right, well, let's do this.
Here we
Cheers.
go.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh yeah,
The flavor's matured a little bit.
it's
The bourbon's a little stronger.
the port's also a lot stronger. It's a lot better beer this way. It's still not as good as last week's beer
It's
was.
the flatness, though. I bet if this
And
were
that's
nicely carbonated,
100%
like, this would have
the problem.
a really, really nice comparison to last week's. So yeah, I think the 30-minute age, the 30-minute wait to get a little closer
Mm-hmm.
to room temperature. We're in sunny California because it's January, so it's about 71 outside.
Shorts and t-shirts outside.
That's how January works. The last Sunday we went on a bike ride, it was 39 degrees, so
That's right.
maybe it's not
1
how
week ago.
January works. I don't know, man. It's
Who
very
knows?
confusing.
Who
Climate
knows?
change. Who knew? It's a
Climate
thing.
change. Yeah, it's a thing or it's not a thing. Who knows?
It's,
Who knows?
It's, well, even if it's not a thing, it's still like a thing. Because
It's-
then the thing is that it's not a thing. See?
That's true. I will just voice my 100% agreement with you. This thing needs carbonation.
It does.
is
It just does.
suffering from, this is what it tastes like right now is a good beer that you left in the fridge because you couldn't finish it last night, but you also know you spent so much on it, you don't want to dump it, so you're going to drink it anyway. That's what I'm getting out of this.
Yeah.
and
Or like a
it's just-
crowler where you drank half but couldn't finish the other half. of the
Correct.
crowler.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's just
Yes. If you watch this, Drake, sorry.
this beer
the
is
carbonation's not there. It's good. The flavor's good. It just the mouthfeel could be better, which makes
That's-
a big difference. I think, especially if you're going to slow drink like a bourbon / port barrel aged barley wine. This is a slow drinker
100%.
with
But-
friends, obviously,
Yes.
or friend because COVID, and
Because
also
COVID,
a dog.
'cause Bubble. Yeah, I mean, she's kind of a friend, but she doesn't get to drink it. She's still going for cheese. I just, if this had any carbonation, I think it'd be really good. And that's not to downplay its flavors, because the flavors are
good.
there.
Mouthfeel's not.
I do. So I'm thinking if you've got any of this stored away, it's probably time to drink it. And then if this is a pattern. We can probably check next year. If this is a pattern, the 18 you should be drinking now because it was phenomenal.
I feel like this might be the only one in the cork too. I feel like we had a bottle pop.
They were
off
all.
the
This
other
was the
ones.
only one in the cork, but then and that was when I popped it. I was a little worried that there wasn't a pop.
The other two were bottle tops, so I think
were
that
all-
might make a
yes.
difference. Maybe the cork just didn't seal well
I
on
don't know.
this.
I don't think that was the
I don't know. I
problem.
mean, it's
but
fine. I wouldn't buy this honestly. If I were presented with the opportunity to buy this specific Drake's beer, I probably would not buy it. I would buy like Shane was saying. I would buy the 2018 again.
oh yeah, I'd buy the 2018 again.
I think
right
it was
now.
very drinkable. Hang out with some friends on a nice night. Maybe it's sort of like a celebration-y beer. I think.
And would you? This is because I'm not a cigar guy, but
Sure.
I gotta think this with
this
a
would pair
cigar would
nicely.
be
This would
really
pair
good.
nicely with a cigar, certainly.
Yeah.
I think that's true.
Just not a cigar guy. but-
But I think it did improve. I mean,
It
you know,
did.
The point here is that I think it did improve from the 30 minutes or so to letting you
Mhm.
rest. At room temperature is better for these barrel-aged beers. I think
Closer,
this
yeah.
is true.
I think you want to drink it around like 50, 55 degrees ish is probably the way to go.
Yeah, you want your IPAs icy cold. I think you want your sours pretty damn cold too. Frankly, I think they're
Oh,
better.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like, the 39 degrees is a little on the cold side for me.
My
for
fridge is
beer.
a 45.
Right, and I much prefer a 45 because it does give. The colder beer gets, the less you taste of it.
So the 39-degree place has titties.
It do.
Yeah, it do.
Twin
It do.
Peaks, right?
Yeah, Twin Peaks.
Twin
we went
Peaks.
there once, and there's
We
a
did.
whole story about that.
There's a whole story about
I
it.
was really drunk.
Yeah, there's a whole story, but yeah. I don't know why you
Let
do
it
beer
talk.
at 39 degrees. Bud Light, Coors, sure, I get that at 39 degrees, but Lagunitas IPA not at 39 degrees. You just don't want it there. You want it 45-ish because then you get the hops. So either way,
Either way, it's good. It's fine. I think it's drinkable. Hopefully,
get the 2018 if
get
you
the
can find
2018.
it. Absolutely.
All right, you guys. Cheers.
Cheers.